Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Recently, I just finished my state board test. So now I am finished with my state board testing and I am officially a licensed cosmetologist and it feels good. So today I just want to give you guys some tips in order to help you prepare and what it's like going into taking your state board test and what it's like to be fresh out of school going into the test, because there's not a lot of help out there. This whole video is just going to be on what you need, what you can do. I'm going to give you some tips and some links in the description box below and show you what you can do to study and prepare for your test. 2 weeks before I applied to take my test and schedule my date when I wanted to take it, all I kept thinking was that there's no perfect way for me to know the information that's going to be on the written test. And I was so scared to take the written because I'm just like, there's no perfect way to study. No one gives you like a guide or a study guide or somewhat to study for your written test. At my school, they have free state board prep classes for the written and the practical. But still, my teacher was just like, you know, these are just general questions out the Milady textbook, but it's not the test. This isn't exactly what's all going to be on test. It's just a review. So I'm just like, you just handed me a review test. This is not really, you know, necessarily helping me at all. I'm just like, I'm not gonna keep coming to the school every week and wasting gas money to keep flipping through these little pre-tests that she gives me to just sit there and take them every Tuesday. And this is not exactly what I need to be studying, and you're not sure what exactly I'm supposed to be studying at all. What I did was she allowed me to take pictures of the test and the answers, and I took those home and kind of like just labeled them in my textbook. This is my Milady handbook, you know, the updated version. If you have the blue version, it's old. Update your stuff, okay? Shade! But this is the updated version. Of course, I put all my tabs in here. So I had the test sheet and I had the answers with the multiple choice on them from my school. I would just flip through each page, answer all the questions, and then I would go through the book and label, you know, what the answers were. Like this tab right here, this is the answer, and I just highlighted it and maybe I read that entire paragraph. So after I got done labeling, I would just go back and open up my textbook and just read through all the paragraphs, all the chapters that I had labeled. I still feel like that wasn't enough because I'm just like, well, how's this just gonna be enough? They say like, this is not exactly what's gonna be on the test, but it's about cosmetology. So I'm just like, I didn't get it. So I had called some people who already took the test, the written. I was like, you know, what did you do in order to study for this test? It was like, well, I use Quizlet. So that's what I did. That's the second thing I did. I just Googled, you know, state board test into Google search engine. I put state board test, Quizlet. A whole bunch of tests and quizzes came up. So with that, I was able to go ahead, just study. That's it. I took a bunch of those that had like 58 questions, 100 questions. There were just a bunch of terms and like just answers, whatever it said, and all this other stuff that was in there. I just read all those over and over again. And in Quizlet, you're able to take the test and like do multiple choice matchups and all that on Quizlet if you have the app and online. That really helped a lot. I studied for about 2 weeks. I just didn't really contact people when I was supposed to be studying. I kept my head in the book. When I woke up in the morning, I did like a couple hundred Quizlet questions. And in the middle of the day, I went through my book. Yeah, look at all these. I went through half the book in the middle of the day. I would watch my favorite show, and when the commercials came on, I read my book. And if you want to watch your favorite show, you can. You just gotta, you know, not pay attention to the commercials. When the commercials come on, that's when you study. Before I went to bed, I went back to Quizlet. Also, I did get a bunch of websites from people who already took the test and people who are instructors. I did get their information on what they use to help their students study and what websites they gave me to like use to study. And they have like Jeopardy, cosmetology quizzes, and just notes everywhere. So I'll link those in the description box below. When it came to the actual test, they want you to be there 30 minutes before the test starts. Me, I was there like an hour before the test starts. If you do show up early, they will allow you to take your test, your written test early. That's just for your written. The written test for me in my state, Georgia, it was on a computer. It was multiple choice. Pretty much, I studied just enough. You really need to go over sanitation in the chapter where it has everything with infection control, when it goes over sanitation, sanitize, disinfectant, all types of bacteria, non-pathogenic, pathogenic, all that. Elevation, hair cutting. You need to go over pretty much everything that has the nail bed, the color system, makeup and eyebrows. Essentially, you do need to go through pretty much all the chapters. I have like specific things highlighted. You know, that helped so I wouldn't stress myself out because I was not going to read every single page. Finding which ones that I need to like focus on really did help, and it helped me, you know, have an easier peace of mind so I wouldn't go crazy about it, you know. Was I nervous? Hell yeah. I was nervous. Excuse my language, but I was nervous. I was really nervous because I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, no one, you know, really helps you to know what you need to study and this, that, and that. And then just when I was going back and checking all my answers on my test before I submitted it and turned it in on the computer, I'm just like, it is what it is. You know, if I fail, I fail. But it's the system that failed me too because no one wanted to help me study properly and all this other stuff. When I got done, I submitted it, went out the testing room and found the test prompter or whatever his name is. And he handed my test. And I looked at the paper, it said grade, passing. And then it said I made an 80 on the test. So I was like, wow, that's not bad for somebody who didn't know how to, you know, study for this test. I'm like, that's not bad. I was very proud. I was like, oh my gosh, finally, the hard part is over. That's it, you just have to study. I wouldn't stress out about it. If you studied diligently like you're supposed to, you don't have to take 2 weeks like I did to study, but I just knew me. So I wouldn't stress myself out, and I feel like I did my part on what I need to do. I did take 2 weeks out. Some of you might need 1 week. I would just take that at the least. I did need 2 forms of identification, which was my state ID license, and they say you can either have a passport or a debit card with your name signed on it. Now, studying for my practical test, my school also had state board prep classes, and it was free. So, you know, every Tuesday I could go there and then get the state board prep classes for the practical and for the written. Now, the written really didn't even do much. Y'all already know. Shade! But the practical, it was very helpful, and also I was able to buy a kit that, you know, had everything I needed for the state board practical test. So instead of going out and buying stuff what I need, because you know once you graduate you probably don't have half the stuff that you started out with. So pretty much I was able to buy a prep kit, and it came with everything I needed. All the capes, every single towel, all the perm rods, clips, mannequins, and it came, well, 1 mannequin. It came with the nail hand, nail tips, all of that. It came with everything. When I was in high school going through my cosmetology training, my teacher was always telling me that, you know, they're gonna have the finger wave as your practical when you have to like style the mannequin. Some people told me that I was going to have to style a live model, whatever. I don't know what it is in your state because it's different in every state. So here in Georgia, you don't have a live model at all, no finger waves at all. So if you were scared about finger waves like I was, you don't have to do finger waves. You're going to sanitize your station first, set up your mannequin. Your first client will be the haircut and the pin curling, where you curl the hair, the curling iron, and then you'll stick the pin in it. The curling iron won't be on, it'll just be cold as a mug, for real. Then you have your second client, which is everything with chemicals. You'll take off the drape and re-drape them. After you're done re-draping your client, you'll go ahead and you'll start the perm, relaxer, lightener, and you'll have the color, retouch. And when we did the relaxer, we only had to do 1 subsection. So, you know, that's just 1 piece. You did the top, bottom, that's it. You didn't do the entire section, which was good. I was so happy about that. Your third client was the facial massage, the nail sculpture for our 4th client. How I studied for my practical test, I pretty much, the state board prep classes, every time I went, I took notes in my phone, and I said, okay, so this is what you do this. Sanitize before you do this. Every time before you did something with a new client and before you moved on to the next part, you always sanitize. I over-sanitize, matter of fact. Every time I stopped to do something, she was like, okay, now you begin. Every time I heard that, sanitize. I sanitize like a mug. I had that written down in my notes to sanitize like crazy. I think I can put the notes that I put in my phone in the description box if you want to look at it, but just be aware that these are my notes for the state that I'm in when I take my practical. If you're in California, New Jersey, Arizona, Iowa, whatever, your state board might be different from my state board. So just keep that in mind. Sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. The part that really scared me was the haircut. Let me stop lying. I was scared throughout the entire practical because I thought I was going to fail. I really did. I thought I was just going to flat out fail. I thought everything I did was wrong. By the time I got to the end of the test, I was just like, I failed. That's what I thought. And they handed me my test. Luckily, I made an 89. I made an 89 and I was just like, okay, well, whoop, there it is. Like, for real. So I passed with an 89 and you just need a 70 and above to pass. But still, I was just so nervous because I'm just like, what if I did this wrong? What if I did that wrong? They're really just checking to see if you completed it, if you did it right, and if you sanitize. Follow all client protection procedures. That's what they're gonna say. That's what I did. So I did my best. I did everything right, and I passed with an 89. Feels real good. As I was studying, I would go through my notes and then just like pretend I'm just doing the state board. You know, I would just bring out my mannequin. I would just go through the motions. I didn't bring out the kit or the scissors or anything because I didn't want to lose it. So then when I went to the practical test, I didn't have my stuff. So I just, you know, pretend with my hands I was cutting, rolling up the perm, and I just went through everything, and especially the facial. With the facial, you just got to remember that you start with effleurage and end with effleurage. Effleurage, you know what the heck I'm trying to say. And, you know, tap potent, petrissage, tension, whatever they call it. I really don't. I'm now like a master cosmetologist, but I'm not doing any facials. I'm just letting y'all know. Okay. I'm not doing nails either. But if you look at the nail I did for State Board, honey, and this thing stinks too. But this is the nail I did. This is the nail I did, and it's not totally perfect, but still, I still passed with it though. I really think they only check for smoothness and evenness when it comes to your nails. I was instructed by my instructor, and my instructor got her information from somebody that works down at the testing site. So she told us to prep your mannequin, already glue them on and shaped and have them filed and ready for your State Board test. So when I got there, they just said, you will now do a sculpture nail on the index finger. And that's what we did. That was pretty much it when it came to the nails. When you have your monomer for your nails, it has to be odorless and it has to be sealed when you get there. If it's open, I don't know how many points they take off. They don't show you how they grade your points at all. You just get a sheet that says you pass, and then it shows you your score. It doesn't show you how they calculate it and everything, so you don't know what you get checked off on or not. Well, me prepping the mannequin and all this other stuff is different in my state than probably in your state. I don't know. You need to check. I just remembered that, like, you know, you study enough and you study, you know, for the last 2 weeks. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, you got this. That's it. I would say don't overthink it too much. Don't look at other people and what they're doing and how quick they finish or whatever. Just focus on you and you'll be fine. You don't have anything to worry about as long as you study. So that's it. That's pretty much it. All I got to say is good luck. If you have any more questions about how to study and prep for your State Board test when it comes to the written or the practical, just let me know. Look at all the information I'm going to put in the description box below. It's not that hard. You just got to study and you'll be fine. If you can take it fresh out when you get out of school, do it, definitely. Because then everything, all your testing and everything in your head is all there. All the thing I think you have to practice for is just your practical, and maybe take a couple Quizlet tests just to jog your memory, and you'll be fine. I think I'll be able to show you some type of document, Word document or something, showing you the pages I went through so you can bookmark your Milady book. You know, all you have to do is just read, and that's how you prepare for your written. And then if you just go through the motions for your practical, that's it. I can't stress that enough. Hopefully this video isn't too long. I'll try to make it as short as I can because y'all know I can talk on here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. I hope this helps you a lot. If you need any more help or anything, just email me or comment below. I'll help you with what I can. Definitely, if your school doesn't provide State Board prep classes, just go somewhere where they do provide those type of classes where you can get help. And good luck. And let me know when you pass your test. Stop saying that, oh, hopefully I pass, you know, Cosmetology Angel, hopefully I pass. No, just say, I'll let you know when I pass. And I'll let you know what I made on the test, okay? Remember, you just need a 70 and above. So you good, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share it. Comment below. Don't forget to look in the description box for all the information that I have in this video. And don't forget to subscribe. You guys gotta subscribe, okay? And hit the notification button so you get updates on new videos when they come out. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.